Hello there, guys. Welcome to Goodstorms Games again. I'm just gonna. I'm here on my server and ooh, options, music and sound. Oh, that's good. It's just loud on my side. Turn that down a bit. There we go. Perfect. Anyway, so I'm here on my server thing. I'm just gonna. Actually, what I'm going to do is make a box to put all my stuff in. A couple boxes, apparently. Um, just for the time being. So I can do some cheaty McCheaties and stuff. But I mean, everyone else on the server does use, well, pretty much everyone. Not everyone, I guess, but a lot of people use other means of such things. But I want to just decorate while I just talk about things. So I'm gonna go slash game mode. So this one. Just let me go into my console for a minute. Uh, hmm. But apparently, I don't have the permission to perform that command. Whatever. I guess I'll just do some mining and talk. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I've been just doing all sorts of stuff. I've been doing some Katori. I just got back from Katori. It's a lot of fun. And I just kind of want to do some updates. So I've been doing all sorts of videos. Recently, I've been doing Skyrim videos, a lot of Minecraft videos, which is kind of sad because I love Minecraft. Minecraft's the best. Um, it's so much fun, and I've met lots of cool people on Minecraft, and just enjoyed it wholeheartedly. Since well, since ever I found out that it was a game, um, it's never been a moment where I haven't enjoyed this game. So it's never really lost its kind of wonder and excitement and enjoyableness, really. I mean, there's been periods where I haven't played it, been too busy, things like that, but I always enjoy playing a few hours of Minecraft here and there, even if no one's on. Sometimes I actually enjoy it when people aren't on my server, and I own a server because of those reasons. I don't know. Because I can actually like play with other people and stuff, people I enjoy playing with, and we can do cool stuff together, which I haven't been able to do recently, which is very sad, very sad, very sad indeed. Um, I think this should be enough potatoes, and then I'm gonna make some more picks because why not make some more picks? So I'm just gonna make some stone picks and then do some mining and enjoy it. Um, But yeah, and I have some other games that I've playing, and you should probably see them with this. I've organized myself, which is amazing. It's the first time I've ever been organized with school and everything else. It's helping tremendously to let me get things done. Um, you would not believe it. Like, I know people say organizing stuff, and like they try to teach you to organize things young, but it's really difficult when you you don't spend the time to show people stuff, and it's there's other things that interest them, um, and things like that, and trying to explain people, oh, you'll save time, but no, it's like until you actually realize how much time you can save by organizing stuff, and unless you just try it, um, you're never gonna realize those things like cleaning. organizing things. I mean, right now my room's a bit of a mess, but at least my computer is organized for once, which is amazing. It helps with so much stuff. So let me get to mining some stuff. I'll start with the iron pick of gloriousness. Um, Back down into my cave, and this I think is actually getting pretty close to being deep enough. I'm just gonna mine this out a bit better here. Um, that's cool. Let's just keep mining and keep going with that. Build my lake. I've always wanted to have this in Minecraft, and I'm just gonna keep working on this until it's done. Considering that I don't have any, I'm gonna do it vanilla too. Do it vanilla style, which is gonna be pretty sweet. Um, I feel like yeah, I need to mine this down farther too. There we go. Perfect. And eventually I'll decorate it once I've gotten the full cavern dug out. Well, most of the cavern dug out. I'll start decorating and making all sorts of coolness. So, yeah. But yeah, I've been doing all sorts of things. I've been playing D&D. I've been actually DMing, which is unusual and fun, and I've been watching Critical Role and High Rollers, things like that, and learning lots of cool stuff from that. I've been watching, oddly enough, I've been watching skateboarding videos. Um, I don't think anyone realizes this, but I used to skateboard when I was younger. Um, I I never really had fun with it because I had a really shitty board. Um, if there's one thing that you should never have crappy on a board, it's bearings, and my bearings sucked balls. And if you ever have kids, and probably the people watching this are probably young and whatever, but something to remember is that if a kid wants to go into a hobby, I mean, some kids will just never touch a thing, but if they're interested in something and they're generally interested, you could go with a cheap thing, but like make sure you can upgrade that thing quickly. Like if they're not having fun with it, be like, hey, why aren't you having fun with it? Kind of engage with them, because the biggest tragedy that we have nowadays is that parents. I mean, there's lots of good parents out there. Don't get me wrong, but there's parents don't engage with their children. And that to me, that's the worst tragedy we have nowadays is that you don't have that engagement and learning experiences and just a bunch of problems basically with things the way things are right now. But that's okay. You know, Parents, weren't parents at one point. They weren't given courses on how to be a parent really. They basically just go off of how they were treated as children and as things progress and as culture progresses, sometimes we don't even, as parents, spend time with our kids, which is very, very important um, to like actually, actively be involved with our children, and especially if you have more than one kid, it's sometimes difficult, um, and difficult to make them feel the way you want them to feel as kids, and maybe they won't even talk to you. Um, Now, I know this from being not a father or anything like that, just from being a kid myself and knowing people who are parents, my parents, other people as parents, things like that, and seeing how people have been raised and how it affects them, things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. As long as you do some sort of parenting, it'll affect them in some way, and there'll be some sort of positive that'll come out, but at the same time, some things are better than others. And look at this, I got a granite mine. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of going on a tirade. But anyways, but yeah. So I've been watching a lot of Braille Army or just Braille stuff like don't skate this, skate. They're just skating really random stuff, and it's very enjoyable. So I guess if you like kind of random stuff, watch it, and I'm guessing lots of people do because there's lots of people that subscribe to them, and I really have no idea how I ended up started watching it, but I think it's just in my suggested YouTube feeds, and started watching it, and I enjoy it. And it kind of makes me want to get back into skateboarding, but I know right now that I don't. I have a lot of other hobbies going on right now that I can't spend money on skateboarding or justify it. Um, because yeah, I don't have the money to just justify starting a new hobby, so I need to just continue with the hobbies that I have right now. Like right now, I am building a biodigester, which is one of the biggest, favoritist things that I enjoy, oddly enough. And if you don't know what a biodigester is, it's basically you take waste of some sort, um, primarily like food scraps, things like that, and you throw it into a big container. Fill that with water so that there's no oxygen. And with that, you, um, how do I, no, okay. That's how I get out of here. Maybe. There we go. Fudge. Okay. Do some more parkour. Fudge. Okay. Do some more parkour. Blah. Anyways, yeah. So biodigesters are, yeah, these containers that you put your food scraps in, and then once you're done with those food scraps, you ah, darn it. Ah, crap. Yeah. There, sorry. Yeah, once you grind up your food scraps into like something that's fairly homogeneous usually. And then I'm just gonna peddler. Why am I wasting my time trying to figure that out? Ooh, I can just throw stuff in there, but I don't have any. Meh, 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 whatever. Not a big deal. Um, that's right. Forgot that's how you have to climb this thing. Oh yeah, and I have to parkour the rest of the way up. Fun times. Alrighty. Um, this might take me a couple tries. Darn it. It's a little glitchy with me recording. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So, as you notice, I'm probably from other videos you've noticed that I've done some decoration stuff like that. Not a big deal, right? Yeah. So, where was I gonna? Yeah. Oh, I kind of whistled into my mic. Ooh, sorry. I adjusted the mic. Anyways, but I'm just gonna make some torches. That's what I'm gonna do. Do. But yeah. Um. Oh yeah, biodigesters. Yep. I was explaining what biodigesters were. But yeah, so started a project, and I've got it fairly well organized. It's a group project, so I have to work with group members, things like that. And it's been good kind of working with them, and you're gonna have to work with people, for the most part. I mean, you can pretend that you don't have to work with people, but you have to work with people. It's kind of a nice thing. Um, and I don't mind working with people. I mean, I know lots of people who are terrified to just talk to people, um, that are around my age, sort of within like 6 years. The older you get, the more age seems to just kind of disappear and go by the wayside, which is interesting. But yeah, I'm currently mining granite again. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm making these biodigesters, and this is my, I'm in an environmental tech program, and so we're making these biodigesters, and it's something that I'm like really into, really love it, and it's not something that normal, in quotes, people do, but successful people do it. They follow their dreams. They do what inspires them, things that interest them. Um, I got interested in biodigesters because I was like, I hate wasting stuff. I want to get as much out of waste as I can, and I with the internet, I stumbled upon biodigesters as a way to reduce waste. With my limited knowledge on how to use search engines and things like that as a kid, I found out that these things existed, and that they create, like with food scraps and stuff like that, they created gas, natural gas basically. Um, and and if you don't realize the processes that natural gas, how natural gas occurs, is y- um, it's basically the same thing as biodigester, except for natural gas tends to be a slower process because well, not necessarily slower, but its gas is trapped with alongside coal usually. But basically, if you took all the sludge and stuff that you create from the biogas plant and you didn't let it escape anywhere, you'd end up with the coal and stuff as well. So, but yeah, you take your feedstock, which is some sort of food scraps, manure, things like that. You feed it to the system, and it gives you gas. And that gas you can use for heating and cooking, which is the most efficient use of it. Um, Energy production, not such a big thing. I mean, we're obsessed with electricity as a nation, and we think electricity is clean. Um, in some senses, it kind of is, but in other senses, it really isn't, because you still have to generate that electricity. Windmills, things like that, solar panels are pretty clean. You still have to think about, okay, so I put a windmill into this thing. What does it have? What effect does it have on the environment around it? Um, Primarily, it slows down wind currents, right? So that's the thing. When the wind hits it, the wind currents slow down. Um, so you end up with the wind stagnating in those regions to a certain extent. Um, I mean, it's not very noticeable because, there's a lot of atmosphere, and a lot of wind, so you don't really notice, but it does stagnate um, the wind in the immediate vicinity of the windmill. So it's something you have to think about. Um, And so, interested in biodigesters, I wanted to work with them, and getting the chance to build them again. I've built ones in the past, didn't work out so well, but that's because I was working on limited knowledge. So I had limited information about how biodigesters work. Um, in the last 10 years, I've had a lot more access to information about biodigesters, their design, how they're made, things like that, especially going to college. And at my college, we get free reign over thousands and thousands of papers and things like that normally I'd have to pay for like $25 each or something like that, like crazy amount of money um, to access these journals, these papers that are done by people. But I get it with as part of my tuition to access all this information, and it's strange to think that information is as a commodity, but it really kind of is. We think of it's all free and stuff like that, but a lot of the really good information you can't get from the internet because the internet doesn't have that valuable information. Because a lot of it's studies that are done professionally, for whatever reason, and they're locked away in some professional vault of information, whether that's at like a university level or corporate level. Um, that's where the information is, and it's sad that the information isn't available to everyone, but that's kind of the way it is sometimes. Um, so I've been really lucky to be able to expand that passion of mine, which is so much fun. I'm really excited about it. Probably doesn't seem like I'm excited, but I am. I mean, talking about it a lot, but yeah, um, not the same kind of excited as other people normally get. So yeah, I'm really excited to be able to play more because I'm organized more. I'm I have the chance to um, play more Minecraft and to play more games, video games, things like that, because I have the time to do it. I'm organize things to get them done sooner rather than later. Um, I'm taking an astronomy course as well, which is cool, and an AutoCAD course, so it's gonna be pretty sweet. Um, yeah, so it's gonna be really fun. Do do do. Yeah, the AutoCAD course. Ooh, I used to do AutoCAD in high school. That was a lot of fun. Just tons of fun, tons and tons and tons of fun. Um, Here's like I like college and in universities and things like that. I know a lot of other people on the server, Unicorn, uh, Pop Tart, she's in college as well, but Unicorn, Slane, Foxtrot, all of them, they aren't in college yet, things like that. But I know I'm the old fart who pays for the server. Um, they're a good bunch of kids, and sound like an old fart, an old uncle-y dude, but you know they're pretty cool people in their own right. And you know I'm happy they have a safe place to play and get together with their friends, stuff like that. So that's good. Um, but yeah, I don't suggest people make friends with other people per se on the internet because it can be very dangerous. And I've seen, like, I have friends who are around my age too who may have been, certain circumstances kind of taken advantage of, um, because of their age and their naivety and things like that. They've taken advantage of the situation and kind of caused problems and or been mean to people just because they don't like they just people are so self-centered sometimes they don't be like, hey, yeah, like, so what, that person said this to me, um but they're kind of younger than me, so I've seen people do that. But like, I mean, there's a point where you can draw a line and be like, hey, stop being a dick, um to someone who's being a dick to someone else, um things like that. You just be like, hey, stop it. They don't seem to be enjoying it, so stop, or they won't enjoy it, so don't. I mean, sometimes you miscalculate, you make mistakes. That's what, being young is making mistakes and learning from them. Um, just not making too big of mistakes, right? And that's okay. Like, always make mistakes you can live with, right? Um, you can often find new friends, new girlfriends, boyfriends, things like that, especially when you're younger. Um, things like that, or later on in life. So, when you're young, make mistakes because you'll learn what kind of person you can be with, what kind of people are out there, um, etc., etc. So yeah, this is my words of wisdom for the night. I don't know why, but it's just that kind of night. It's late, very late. I get philosophical when it's late. I think it's like 1 o'clock here in the morning. So yeah, that's why I'm so philosophical, so philosophical. So philosophical. Ah, okay, that's it. Actually, do yeah. Actually, if I just you did in that, there we go. I can just swim up here. I keep forgetting that this is here and not just swimming up it because I mean it works. Ah, like I just have to swim up high enough to get to where I need to like go. Just like yeah, I guess I could swim. Keep swimming. Um, oh, it's pretty much the top. Not quite the top, but pretty close. Alrighty. There we go. Perfect. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just see a lot of that, and I don't want to be that kind of person. I mean, making fun of people is fun sometimes, but sometimes I realize that people don't want to have the same joke said every single time, and you got to be aware that when you have an inside joke with friends, things like that, and people um, and you know the personality of that person and what they do, but when someone new comes along, maybe they want to be different to that person, or they don't want to show that side of themselves right away. So it's always nice to keep that in mind. Um, I know I've done that before, and I try not to. Um, and hopefully I won't ever do that again to people. So, um, I guess baked potatoes. Why did I come up here? Oh, building, building. These things. Yes, picks. Need more picks. Always need more picks. Um, might as well dump off some more supplies and stuff. Some more rocks in this thing here. Just gonna keep dumping rocks until I have no more rocks to dump. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Yeah, just going off on my tirades while playing Minecraft. It seems to be effective. I feel like this is what I should do with Minecraft. Is I should just talk about things, talk about what I'm doing, and everything else, because you know that's what you should do with Minecraft, I guess. Like, I don't really do anything interesting, so I might as well talk about my interesting life while playing Minecraft for no particular reason. Put it out there in the world for people to learn and discover. I don't know. Um, don't really know why, but I'm just doing it. Just doing it. And I'm learning skills. You know, that's if you don't try something new, you don't learn new skills. And I love learning new things. So, learning how to edit videos, how to make videos, how to keep people entertained, um, all valuable lessons. Making jokes is amazing. I'm pretty bad at making jokes. Um, I've made jokes before. I've been a jokey kind of guy. I was doing sales for a little bit, very little bit, but yeah. So just throw those in there because I don't really need those sugarcane. Um, yeah, yeah. So jokes are amazing. Like, someone's angry at you, you throw a joke at them. Um, or talk about something they like. I know when I did sales and stuff like that, sometimes there's some elderly people and they're just like really grumpy, stuff like that. And I really like me being me, I've watched a lot of different shows, um, and things like that, and a lot of old shows as well, like Happy Days, MASH, things like that. And so when someone who's older than me um, gets a bit upset or would get upset for me being there or whatever because I was doing sales, whatever. A great tactic was to talk about some sort of common ground, and that's a great way to resolve conflict is like, hey, I heard you like doing this. I do too. And you can actually turn someone who potentially was an enemy into a friend as well. So, I've had a lot of great experiences that way. Um, I don't really make enemies very easily. Um, Usually the people I make enemies with are people who just are dicks. Um, so, it's okay. Like people who judge people like right away automatically for no particular reason. Um, or, they just can't stand people who are happy. Because I mean, I'm a pretty happy guy most of the time. Most of the time. I mean, I've been pretty grumpy lately. Um, the grump hasn't worn off lately. I've been a grumpy grumper for, I don't know, for like half a year, which is a little unusual for me. Um, Normally I'm happy, excited, ecstatic for every day. I've been kind of like begrudging sometimes going to school, but I actually really enjoy it. So I don't know why. Um, I think it's primarily because I feel a little bit lost at the moment because I don't really have textbooks and there's not a lot of um, ah, let's say I didn't learn as much as I should have from some courses um, at my school, which it's not necessarily the teacher's fault or anything like that. It's like I learn best with a textbook, but the way that my school's set up is not in that way. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I learn best this way, this way." It's like, no, I learn best by reading it and working through it in like examples and stuff like that, and having it well formatted because I have really terrible organization. Um, If it's not well formatted, I'm like, what do I do? I've been working on it. It's been hard. This is basically like me doing what I do every day. Oh, I should probably cut this and nah, I'll just keep going because I'm talking about stuff and this thing's talking about. But yeah, organization is key key to a lot of things. A lot of enjoyment. But and I'm like the last person to really say like yeah, like I was totally unorganized as a kid. And I have different organization strategies, different things that work for me. Like I will like if something isn't visible, I will completely ignore it. If it doesn't have like something very significant, like it's hard for me to go, oh, that's where I put this and that and this and that. No, like I have to see. It's like I'm looking for this. That's I'm looking for that object, not the object that it's sitting in potentially. So that makes some things difficult. Um, hmm, this is interesting. I'm gonna narrow that out a bit while cutting this out a bit more. Yeah, there we go. But yeah. So I don't know. I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying becoming a more organized person. I've have so many different tools available to me. Also, I have, like a learning disability, things like that, like my dysgraphia, stuff like that. So inability to write. That inability to write has caused me so many problems in the past with school, um, relationships, everything. Um, because like it's like we have text messages. Everything's so textual based in our society right now, and it's like I have I'm terrible at texting, terrible, absolutely nonsensical sometimes, and it's just because one, it just like I'm trying to text expediently, like at a quick pace, and that doesn't help me at all. You first need to learn how to write things slowly. Um, Writing fast doesn't help. Um, until you learn like the basics. It's like Katori. Like I've taken Katori and has a lot of good lessons. Um, it's about doing things like trying to do things right. You can do things faster once you know how to do it right. Um, it's just the way the things are. Um, it like yeah, you can do things fast, but you hurt yourself. Like if I try to do this move called a Makiuchi, if I try to do Makiuchis quickly, my form starts breaking down, things start to hurt, and I start to I start cheating basically, um, and that cheating causes stress on my joints, on my shoulder, on my elbow, on my fingers that are holding the sword, things like that, and it just causes a whole bunch of problems down the road. Um, it causes more pain than there should be. Same with like you should have ergonomic setups when you're on computers. Half the time I'm laying on my bed, uh, playing video games or watching videos, things like that, and that's like propped up on one elbow kind of thing. That's terrible for your posture. It's terrible for your back and your elbow, everything. So, what level am I at here? 45. Okay, so I need to mine this down to the current level of this. Make a little pondy area thing. You know what? I'm gonna mine that into a big hole. I want to build a big hole. Perfect. There we go. It just doesn't seem epic and cavey enough right now. But um, yes, I'm gonna cut that into the back wall here. There we go. There we go. But yeah, and so when I so yeah, like I noticed that, like I noticed like my arms hurting, this and that. But when I do it right, I build the strength so that I can actually do it faster right. So it doesn't cause pain anymore. So with pretty much anything, if you do some like you don't even notice if you pay attention to what you do every day. So say you have back pain, there's usually an underlying reason of what you're doing something wrong. If you're hurting, you're probably doing something wrong. If you're sore, if not like sorry not sore, but like if you're uncomfortable, um, you're doing things right. Like it's probably right. Like you're strengthening muscles, things like that. But if it hurts, it's not that's wrong. Like you're doing something wrong. Um, and I'm learning that from Katori too. Like if it hurts, you're doing something wrong. And you can really take that to heart, like with pretty much anything, you know. If something hurts, and you're usually doing something wrong. Um, like I realize from certain relationships that with people that sometimes if I'm upset about something, it's not their fault, per se. And, in some situations, I could be a different person, but am I who I want to be if I'm that different person with that person, right? Like I could be a different person and I could make them happy, but would I be happy being that different person? No, it's just isn't. Um, and I've become picky. I've learned to become sort of picky because I wasn't really a picky person. I just wanted like very few things, and I got those very few things. But with it, I got a bunch of crap that I didn't want. Didn't even know I didn't want. But it came to the realization that this isn't good. It really isn't good. Um, yeah, I've had strange relationships with people. I've had a stalker. Um, sort of. Yeah, definitely. um, stalker ex-girlfriend, as I say. But she we dated for years. Um, I put up with her hitting me, um, beating on me, etc. Whenever she would get upset. I mean, it wasn't every day, but it was still it caused a lot of problems. If someone raises their hand towards me, something like that, it puts me on edge. Um, and especially if there's any little bit of malice behind it, it's I can't it's I'm like, don't you dare do that kind of thing. I mean, I've only been able to deal with it sort of because of very special circumstances, certain only certain people that I can trust, that I know that they aren't malicious in any way, they're just being silly, and loving and whatever in a weird kind of physical way. Um, but some people just aren't, just you can't be comfortable with them, and that's okay. Um, you can just be like, I'm just not comfortable. It's it's not really your fault. I mean, you, and I'm uncomfortable. It's not really your fault. Just keep being you. You enjoy being you, right? So just be you. Unless you don't like being you. Like, I guess stop being you if you don't like you. Um, and then you'll like you, and then you'll be happy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, really. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so, I don't know. Making mistakes is important. If hadn't made the mistakes that I have and had, the family that I have, I wouldn't be where I am. Um, like, I could be, but I would be a different person, and I like the person that I am right now. And that makes me happy. And it's very unusual. It's not necessarily usual, but I mean, I haven't felt this way in a long time, per se. I used to feel like this when I had a different girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend currently, which is okay. Prefer the way things are right now, over having a crappy ass girlfriend. it's much more pleasurable to be myself and enjoy people that I want to enjoy. And not to have to be like yelled at for being who I am and like really yelled at, like completely like they're freaking out at you and I'm like I'm just being me. Like I there's nothing I can do. It's like no, I can't change who I am. Like I like me. I like me. I can't do that. Yeah. I can tell you more stories about it, but it's painful. It's painful when people don't understand you. Um, and I am one of those people who prefers not to talk about it. I don't like to drag people under either. Um, I mean, if someone watched this, they'd probably understand who they were. Um, hopefully they don't, because I don't like my crazy ex-girlfriend. But yeah, um, I'm pretty sure I've blocked her from every social media thing I possibly can, and YouTube. So, hooray! But yeah, so it's quite unique. Also, here's a funny thing. People don't like the cops a lot. I don't know if it's just where I live, but people are like, I hate the cops. It's like, um, I don't understand why you hate the cops. Like, I mean, the cops are primarily good people. I mean, like, people are like, they don't like getting tickets, and they're like, it's like, yeah, you were speeding. I mean, it's the collective agreement of our society to not do those things. I mean, like, I've sped before because honestly, sometimes that's the speed that everyone else is going, and it's like, if I don't go that speed, it's like you get people starting to do erratic things, and it's just like, it's like I mediocrely kind of go, I guess I'll go this fast because everyone else is trying to go that fast, and it's like I might as well just stay at like that pace or slightly slower pace, but not like 40 kilometers slower per hour, because sometimes people are going ridiculous speeds on highways, and you're just like, I can't even. It's like, they're going ridiculous speed, and they turn into flower pots, and there's whales, and you're like, I don't understand the universe anymore, or this galaxy. I might as well just hitchhike and go home. I'm proud of myself. Anyways, um, so proud of myself. I'm laughing at myself. I'm laughing at myself. If you guys don't understand the reference, and you're my friends, I'm slightly ashamed of you. And but at the same time, I understand you can't beat me. You can't understand all my references, especially when I reference things not in order and I don't quote them directly. It's a bit difficult. Um, I know that when I quote things, it's almost always a paraphrase. So, you know, that's okay. I understand that about myself. It's kind of when you're trying to be a professional um, and respectable person, you're supposed to be like reference things in a certain way. It's like I just make sure to reference it in a way that they know I'm paraphrasing, because yeah, it's really difficult, you know, sometimes to remember what they said, and I don't know. I find it very difficult to sometimes recall where I got information from, and sometimes my information that I recall isn't necessarily correct. But at the same time, I have to look for evidence for science all the time, and I understand that it's important. So that's a great thing about organizing things, like doing these big projects that I have to work on. I'm gonna have to do them pretty much all the time when I get to the professional world, in quotes. But you know, working on these skills now is helping a lot. So, ooh, I don't have any water. Darn. Man, these veins of other rocks go on forever. Like I was somewhere over there. And there's all these rocks. Okay, I guess I'll just dig this out of here. Okay. Well, alrighty. Um, it's like right below here, and I feel like I need to like, yeah, I know what I need to do, which is keep trimming this down till it's at the right height because I really need it to be lower than that down there. Kind of, maybe. You know, I might just make it spill out that way and just dig that out a bunch because there's gonna be like a little pondy area. It's gonna like go bloosh, and then it's gonna like some of it's gonna go this way, and some of it can go this way. Yeah, some of it can go that way, and some of it can come this way into the little pondy area. But I still have to take this down. And then dig down this huge, awesome, cool ravine thing. Blah blah blah. Yep, sweet. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. But you can tell how beautiful this is going to become eventually. So far, it's just kind of meh. But it's going to be huge and gorgeous and beautiful. And look at this. Just look at all these veins of things I still have to mine. Oh, look. Let's repair some more stone pickaxes. Keep going. I love Minecraft. I love it. I love it. I love it a lot. Now, might not be too exciting to listen to me watch talk. Might be putting you to sleep, even. And if you're slaying, and almost definitely know that you're going to sleep. Um, it's just you gotta have something to fall asleep to, right? Um, blip. Sometimes it's your own voice that makes you go to sleep. Maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of the videos that I've done, slaying's been in them. Almost. Yeah, the majority of them, actually. He's been in them, so. Oh well, not a big deal. I like YouTube. Um, I don't think I'll ever become a YouTube star, per se, because I don't really edit things very well. Um, my expertise is not in making videos, kind of. Like, I got some experience with making videos, but I don't have the technology. It's kind of like the whole skateboarding thing, where, you know, I had really crappy bearings, so I couldn't really enjoy the sport. It's kind of the same way. I have a computer. It's a pretty nice computer. I can record, but editing it, oh, I have no idea. Like, one, um, editing takes time and being organized and things, and I'm working on being organized, and time is a valuable thing that I don't always have. So, that's the reality of my videos, basically. But I hope some people enjoy it. I hope the people on the server enjoy it because, you know, they're cool people. And they're. Sometimes I want to call them proto people, but I know that they're just people. Because I used to be that young and I hated being called a kid. And like because being labeled a kid, like it's like being labeled a kid is like you don't know anything. Sure, sometimes you don't know things, but when you do know things, people should recognize that. Like if you notice something, like if you notice someone's being a dick, even if it's your parents being a dick to someone else, you know, like like you'd like to be recognized for, noticing to, you know, being a good person. And that sometimes doesn't happen when you're a kid. Or like, the fact that you're, progressing at something, you're becoming like you did good on something, even if it's like really crappy. Like you went from, oh, I tried to draw this thing, and like I tried to draw an eyeball, and it turned into like a squiggly line. But then eventually you'd be able to draw a eyeball. Sometimes you'd love for some sort of recognition, um, and it's really tough because when you're a kid, it's like, oh, he doesn't know anything, doesn't know any better. I mean, in some cases you don't know any better, but like, or like the information that you know isn't valuable. But yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult being a kid. People treat you like a kid, and you're a person. And it's just like I don't know. I don't know. Like when it's not in your favor, well, like why be treated like a kid? I don't know. See, I've had a lot of lucky circumstances. You know, I've been able to just enjoy life, kind of. I've been lucky I haven't had to worry about crazy things. Like, I haven't really had to worry about, walking down the street and getting murdered. Um, Walking down the street and people trying to pick fights with me, I've had to deal with um, for my whole freaking life, since kindergarten, basically, since I first day of school. It's a great impression, schools. Schools, I do not like schools, to be honest. Um, college is fine. College I can deal with. College, it allows you to take responsibility for things. Um, it doesn't hold your hand constantly. Lets you make mistakes, lets you make decisions. Um, Public schools don't let you make decisions, and I find that, well, really shitty. Like, because basically you spend a good, let's see, like almost a quarter of your life not being allowed to make decisions, and then you're just thrown in it to expect to figure out how to make decisions for yourself. And it's like, yeah, I have no experience doing these things. And so I can't make decisions for myself. Um, so yeah, and that has to do with like school. I mean, like if you don't have good parents, like 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 a good role model, things like that, it's hard to make your own decisions. Um, if you don't have parents who let you make your own decisions, that can be difficult too. Um, and also being able to have self-control, because with making your own decisions, you have to have your own self-control. You have to know what's good for you, and that if I eat like 6 pizzas in a row, my stomach is really gonna hurt, so I probably shouldn't do it when I have an exam in the morning, because I'm probably gonna try and throw up in the morning from eating all those pizzas. Yeah, um, I might be talking from experience. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah, this is me. This is what I think about constantly. Think about how to treat people better, um, how to assess situations. I'm a thinker, a thinker, a thinker, a thinker. I think all the time. But yeah, I'm staying up late and recording some Minecraft. Staying up late and recording some Minecraft. Mm, yep. But yeah, I don't know. If you guys like what's like any series that I'm doing, um, I think this is what I'm gonna do with like Minecraft and on the server and stuff. Is just do videos like this because it feels appropriate. Um, it feels because like this is my server. This is my safe place with my buddies and stuff, and um, it's my world. I can make shape it and turn it into whatever I want. And that's the beauty of Minecraft. It, I mean, it can be a terrible and scary place, just like the rest of the world, but the majority of the time, it's safe. it's a safe place. Um, and that's nice because, I mean, even if it's a terrible, scary place, because it can be online and it can be terrible and scary. Um, because there's some terrible, scary people out there, and when you're online, you have to deal with those scary and terrible people. So, yep, I'm gonna fill up this half with andesite here, and just keep blip, 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 and granite and andesite. There we go, perfect. Yep. An hour? Yeah, I think I'll call this on an hour. But yeah, see, this is me. This is Goodstorms. This is Goodstorms. The mighty gardener and science experimenter, the greener the man on the other side, who's philosophical with a flower in his hat and gives no two pedals about anything. I mean, I have blue in my armpits, but I also have blue shoes or pants. That's okay. But yeah, so that's who I am. This is basically me. I mean, with sideburns or fuzzy face, it would be me. I have German safety goggles, which are freaking fantastic and awesome, and I want some more. And I'd wear them all the time if I, you know, was more confident and had a reason to wear them. Like they're kind of sweaty and annoying and foggy if you don't have a reason to wear them. So whatever. Um, but yeah, I can't wait to do some more experimenting um, projects because once I have these biodigesters built, oh, it's gonna be fantastic. I'm just so excited for it. I mean, it doesn't seem like I'm that excited because I'm tired as heck. It's way past 1 o'clock by now. Um, no, it's just 1 o'clock actually. Oh, I started recording at 12 o'clock. Now it is 1 o'clock. Okay. Yes, but oh yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do your own thing, and people appreciate you doing your own thing. People go, "Oh man, I'd love to do that," and then you know, it doesn't make it your thing anymore. Sorry, it doesn't make it not your thing anymore. But people can enjoy it and be it, do it, and have fun. I mean, that's kind of how I got into recording videos because I saw other YouTubers, like Vintage Beef, and I also saw not just Vintage Beef, I also saw Arcus. Like I was looking at all these Minecrafters, right? And I was looking at what they did and the group that they had and the friends and the stuff that they did and projects they worked on and the fun that they had, and I was like, I want to do that too. So I started doing it. So I started like this is where I've gotten to so far. I have my little collection of friends, and we do things. We make videos occasionally. Um, I mean, more regularly sometimes, but I really enjoy it. I really enjoy making videos with them, making my own little videos. We'll probably have fun videos. Still Windcraft. Windcraft is a lot of fun, so we'll probably keep doing those. Um, I don't know if Pop Tarts will ever join us again because she's fun. Um, and I wish she could record at the same time as you know filming and stuff, but she really can't because it would lag her computer to death because Skype and Minecraft and recording is pretty hefty on your computer. Like my computer kind of does it, but my settings are pretty low, kind of mostly. I mean, I got a new computer, so last year, so that helps with a lot of things. When I started recording, oh man, it was lag-alicious and just didn't work. Um, worth a fart. So I'm happy I got a new computer. Like I'm blessed to have the things that I have, and to live where I live, so I can have all these tools available to me, so I can be successful in my career, in my life, um, and do the things I want to do. Um, and a lot of people don't take that for granted, I think. I know people who stop following their dreams, pretty much, as far as I know. And it's like, you stop following your dreams. They say they're just taking a break, but you never know. They could not be taking a break. They could fail. You know, keep working towards things. Keep looking at your goals. Keep achieving them. Like this sunny flower, just keep at them. Keep at them till they, become become true. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be work to work towards something. It can just be enjoyable. Like, I mean, it is work, but like you just need to keep doing it. I'm gonna say it's like Katori, like my martial art that I do. You know, I only get better because I keep going out and learning from my sensei, and I keep working at it. You know, every day I'm out there working on on my martial art. It's you know, I'm working on my martial art, so I improve. So when sleepy bees do waddle out, your hero will be in doubt. See you in your future. You are the master of your soul. And I can't sleep at night. So good night, my friends. Thanks for watching some Goodstorms games, and good night.